everyone. Today we are going to explain about the project password generation.
So what we have done in this program is we have created an applet of class PWFrame. In that we have created a button of name process and text area TA text field of name TF. Then in init function we have created an object for border layout and we have set that object as layout. Then for process we have set it as south portion of the border layout. Then for text area we have set it at the center. Then TF we have set it as the north. And in that what we mouse listener, what it will do is we'll go to this function that public void mouse click. So initially when we'll go to the output screen, first it will show that statement that enter the length of the password for a while. Means after you click on the screen, it will set the text field as null, so nothing will be there. Then in add listener, we have created an integer variable s is equal to 0. Then string password, initially it will be null. Then after giving some length of the password, we will get the output. Then s is equal to integer dot passing int. In that we have passing argument as tf dot get text. So in that first when we enter the length of the password, initially it will be in the double quote. So that integer dot pass int, it will change that we will get that integer value. Then s value, that length of the password should be less than 8, should be greater than 8. But if it is less than 8, then it will throw an exception that enter a valid integer. Then password is equal to password gen and with passing argument s. That is the function that we are going to use later. Then TA, that is text area, will be set as password.
So next we go to the function password gen. Here we initialize the integer variable L, which is nothing but the length of the password, and we initialize string variable password, which is initially null, and also the final password, whose use will be seen later in the program. We initialize the integer variables dig, sim, and alph, which are nothing but the number of digits, symbols, and alphabets, and we have initialized it to 0. Then we create a double variable ch, which when converted into integer is equated to ch2, and similarly ch1 as ch3, and ch3 is equated to 1 initially. Now this for loop is used to declare the number of digits, symbols, and alphabets. Now we create 3 arrays in which the array A is for the alphabets, which is of size 52, and an array B which is of size 10 for storing the digits, that is numericals, and a character array C4 of size 10 for the symbols. So as you can see, I have manually assigned all the alphabets in both uppercase as well as lowercase. Similarly, we have the digits here from 0 to 9. Also symbols, manually assign certain symbols which we require. Next we go to the for loop in which ch is equated to math.random into L. Now math.random is nothing but a value from 0 to 1 in which any of the decimal values can be calculated, and it is multiplied by L. L is nothing but the length of the character. For example, if we take L as 30, then 30 into 0 to 30 into 1. So 0 to 31, 0 to 30, between that, how much ever alphabets is required will be printed. And ch is equal to since math.random creates a double value, we are typecasting it into an integer. Now we have a condition where if ch is less than alphabets, that is, if it is less than the number of alphabets, then the alphabets will be printed, and it is given to the case 1. Similarly, if it is greater than or equal to alphabet and less than 1 minus 10 symbols, then the digits will be printed. For that, it goes to case 2, which will be seen later. Also, if none of these conditions is satisfied, then it goes to case 3, which is nothing but the printing of symbols.
Next is switch case. C2 is given in switch, and for case 1, CH1 is equal to, out of 51 alphabet, one alphabet is chosen, and in CH3 that is converted into int, integer, and password is equal to password plus the chosen alphabet. In case 2, it is like case 1. Here CH1 is equal to out of 10 random number. We are choosing one number, and that is equal to CH. In CH3 it is converted into integer, and password is equal to password plus the chosen number. In case 3 it is like the previous one. CH1 is equal to out of 10 out of 10 random symbols, we are choosing one symbol, and in CH3 that is converted into integer, and password is equal to password plus the chosen symbol. Then at last here, since the password is lengthier, we are using here this hyphen is used to separate for each and every 5 digits. This hyphen is used to separate the 5 digits for easy understanding.
Now I run the program. Alright, so here you can see this is the text field and the text area, and down here we have the button generate password. So when I click here, it goes off, and I give 10 as the length of the password to be generated. So when I give generate password, you can see a password with a combination of numbers, alphabets as well as symbols is generated with the hyphen, which is the final password, in order to make it for easier understanding. So when I give generate password again, random mixture of numbers, alphabets and symbols are generated based on the requirement of the user. So this is our program, and